Hi, everybody. Hello, 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 hello. Oh, my lighting is terrible. What is happening right now? What is going on, everyone? Okay, so I'm soloing this. Did I make it worse? Did I make it better? I don't know. You have to forgive my shiny cheeks. It's super humid here. I say that as Vegas, but let me tell you, it's rough. How is everybody? Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. I'm gonna pull this up actually. So I can see myself and make sure I don't look a hot mess. How's everybody doing? I hope you guys are all doing well. Perfect. All right, I am unsupervised, as you can see. It's just me. Extra girl is, gallivanting around France or something. She's everywhere. Let me say hi to everybody. Let's see. John Thomas is here. Nick is here. John Edgar is here. Corey is here. Can you change the settings? Listen, I barely was able to go live without having problems. Okay, so baby steps. Okay. Hokies is here. Andrew Matthews, Clinton. Jeremy has 16,000 watching his channel. Hey, nice. Mountain Mutt, that's baby numbers for him, I feel like. Anthony Moe is here. And Denise Gamer, hi. Kinky Pinkies is here. Let's see. Cool Gamer is here. D-Day Direwolf is here. Wonderful. Hi, everybody. I hope everybody is doing well. I am going to tell you, I'm going to be honest with you guys right now. I forgot to get the access from X-Ray Girl before she left on the Streamlabs, like the donation side of things. So I cannot check that today. Extra Girl's asleep because she's like 9 hours ahead. But I will read them next week. So just so you know, if you made a donation like on the Streamlabs side or whatever it is, I will read them next week because I forgot to ask her for permissions to do that. So we'll do that next week. Mike, hi, welcome in. So yeah, just a heads up on that. So the Streamlabs donations will be read next Wednesday, and so I can get access from her. And other than that, yeah, here we are. Hi, we got 25 people in here hanging out. You never experience humidity until you experience it in South Louisiana. Oh, no, that sounds terrible. So I actually do have topics tonight. I know. It's wild. It is a sip and chill. I do have a couple of topics that we're going to be talking about. Some of you guys might have seen some of these. We're going to be watching a couple of TikToks and reading a couple of articles, and then we're going to see where the night takes us from there. So I want to start with this one. This, I don't know how many of you guys have seen this. This popped up on my YouTube actually because Brett Cooper did a video on it. And so shout out to Brett Cooper. Go to her YouTube channel. You can watch her video on it. But this woman went viral because of this TikTok video she posted. So we're going to watch the video. It's about 1.5 minutes, so it's a little long, but we're going to watch it. We're going to get our thoughts, and then we're going to go through it because I'm absolutely flabbergasted, for one, at the absolute vitriol she got. Like, chill out. But anyway, all right, so here we go. Let's see. So for those of you who can't read the little reply, she's replying to a comment on her TikTok that says, do you have any advice for my husband and I wanting to watch Oppenheimer, but being fully afraid of the Florence Pugh scene everyone is talking about? The Bow Chicka Wow Wow scene. Okay. Because it's like 18 bazillion minutes long from what I hear. I have not seen Oppenheimer. I don't know for sure, but this was her response. This is what went viral.
I research everything before we watch it, but especially this movie. Obviously, I heard about it. Yes, we wanted to see it. It has an amazing rating. We prepared ourselves. I didn't know when the scene was going to happen, and I also didn't understand how the scene was happening. I thought it was just several minutes straight of, but it wasn't. It was actually broken up into it would do a flash of that, and then it would do a flash of normal life, and then it would do a flash of the scene, and then it was very back and forth. So it was really difficult to avoid it. But obviously my husband and I talk about everything. If we go anywhere or we go see anything, even if it's a concert, movie, an event.
So she's talking about these are adults, yes. So she's talking about the sex scene in Oppenheimer. I apparently there's also another scene with her character at the end. We won't talk about that here, but that involves something more sinister. But they're actually talking about the sex scene here with Cillian Murphy. So just for some background.
And we have a game plan. We talk about things like, what if you get triggered? What if I get triggered? Really, the problem isn't what if you get triggered. The problem is what if I get triggered, because I don't want my night to be ruined by being triggered by something on a screen. So essentially, what we did was, when the scene came up, when things were happening, he literally closed his eyes and laid his head on my shoulder. Like, if this is my shoulder, like this is my shoulder, he like this. And then I would just like let him know whenever it was over. And it literally, I will tell you what right now, took nothing away from the story.
I've heard
Him
that
not
actually.
looking at the screen during did not change the storyline, did not change anything.
So that's basically that. So this is the original post. This girl Bethany on Twitter posted this video. She like saved the video. John says, tell Jeremy one of his boyfriend's Barstool store. I saw that tweet first. That was the first one that popped up. I refuse to give them any attention anymore because honestly, I'm so over Portnoy, and all of his shenanigans. But anyway, that's a different day. But yes, Barstool Sports quote tweeted her video, this girl's video, the Bethany tweet, and I mean a whole crap storm. So, this video goes viral. Everybody is, hi, Andrew Thomas. I'm so confused. Why is the sex scene in the movie a problem? So this is, he was triggered by sex. These are the exact comments, right, that people were commenting. And she was just basically like, listen, we're not comfortable with this scene. We don't like, and there are people out there, fun fact, that are grown adults that don't want to see the gore and the blood or the sex scenes. Like they fast forward through them in Outlander, they'll fast forward through them through Game of Thrones. I know people personally that did that. It was like, it was just too much. That's why VidAngel is so popular, and we'll talk about that at the end. But VidAngel is a service that literally will skip this stuff for you. Like they have uploaded everything and you can filter out what you don't want to see and they'll skip it. So this is the video. It goes viral. As you can see from your own comments and comments on this post, I have a plan to talk about it before you go. It's just Florence Pugh's boobs. These people have fully lost the plot. Guy who sees a movie about the creation of the most destructive weapon created in the history of mankind. This is Jonathan commenting this, that psychologically destroyed every generation that followed, but I need to look away from the screen when there are breastises, just people ripping her to shreds, absolutely ripping her to shreds. So I first heard about this on Brett Cooper. And if you go to her profile, which I did, she has posted this, and we're going to watch this too. She posted this apology video and she took the original video down. So let me share this tab. This is her TikTok. We're not going to go through the whole thing. I'm just going to read this caption. It just says, I'm sorry to everyone I hurt, my friends and family seeing this. I was foolish in believing I could help anyone or have a positive impact on the world. So all of the bullies, all the bullying, the comments and everything that she was getting about how controlling and psycho she is, this and that and the other. Fun facts, if you go to her profile, which we're going to do, her husband is a corn addict. Her husband is a corn addict, and you can see, like, she blocks out the words to get on TikTok because they're super whatever about this way, super weird about it. Corn wouldn't be what it is today without sex trafficking. She's an advocate against sex trafficking. She's an advocate against corn. Her husband was a corn addict, which is why they don't watch these scenes. So some context is very important. This is what we do, right? Her husband's corn addict was so bad. Like if you scroll further down, like you'll see different videos. She was flipping mirrors around because she couldn't stand to look at herself because she didn't look like the big boobed, big booty girls on the corn that he was watching. So that's where this video comes from. So the person that was commenting on her original video, this video, the response that she's responding to was somebody else who is either in a relationship where they just don't want to see it together or maybe struggling with that kind of thing. And she was asking this question, and this girl, Jordan, was responding to her as she got absolutely ripped to shreds for it, which I find so interesting. one, that we still in this day and age don't know how to look for context, but two, she posts like on her TikTok, her handle is That's Not Love. She goes through statistics, which we've talked about on this channel before, about how corn ruins your mind, about how it's addicting, about how detrimental it is, about how it's contributed to domestic violence because a lot of corn is violent, all of these things. And so her and her husband, she chose to stay with him. Fun fact, she chose to not leave, which the manosphere should be super happy about. She is enduring this relationship, and that's like a boundary that they have set together. So kudos to Jordan, in my opinion. Do you, girl. Like, you guys, you're doing great. But yeah, that's what went viral. So shout out also to Brett Cooper for doing this video, because I had no idea this was even going on. But I feel bad for her because she took the video down and she's like hysterical tears because everybody's coming after her, calling her a psycho and calling her all of these things, when in reality he's the one with the problem. It's crazy. So let's go through some comments here. Is this censorship? No. I've not seen Oppenheimer, so I don't know how bad the scene itself is. I also heard that it's like 10 minutes long, which I personally think is completely unnecessary. Nick says, it seems to me that if that type of content is an issue for you, then you probably should skip the movie or wait to watch it at home and fast forward. Now, that's the thing too, is she doesn't specify. I don't know if it's on streaming. She doesn't specify whether or not it was in the theater. Or if it was at home on via the high seas, the pirating and all that stuff. The problem is, for at least from what she's saying, is that it's not one long scene, which is usually the case where you could just fast forward through it. It sounded like it's broken up. It's broken up into pieces, and so you can't, like, especially if you've not seen the movie before. You don't want to skip through it completely and then you miss a plot point. So she didn't know. Now, for me, there are websites, like I said, like VidAngel, where you can get all that cut out of these movies. You don't even have to see it. And I believe I've seen several posts, like just when that scene specifically is and what the timestamp is, because it runs so long. People are like, what is this? Like, I thought this was a movie. Portnoy is a poor boy. He's honestly, why do people feel the need to negatively comment? Because it's 2023 and people feel the need to post entirely too much about themselves in general. But with that comes with people being like, well, you expressed this and I have to have my opinion too, which is a free country and you can have your opinion on anything you want. But I never understood that either, to be honest. I can understand that. Yeah. Rather he leave and find a girl that will satisfy him. I mean, I don't think that that's what's going on here, but again, not in the bedroom. If she has this issue, don't go to the movie. It's not like it was a secret about the scene. That's what I did. Folks were questioning why a sex scene was in the movie before it came out. Yeah, I don't think it makes sense. But I find it interesting that you guys are immediately blaming her. Like, this is obviously something that they both agreed upon. So maybe he could have also said, you know what, I'm not ready to watch that movie. Maybe I don't want to watch that movie. Kind of like if you're a recovering alcoholic or recovering drug addict, you're going to be around friends that smoke a bunch of weed. Maybe you say, you know what, I'm going to skip out on this party because I don't want to be around it. Just throwing that out there. If you're going to go on the internet, it's like a busy place and say something that's true. She can look up the movie's rating and the reasons it was given that rating, so you'll have an idea. Yeah, I know that they knew about it, kind of thing. And a rated R obviously means like people are going to probably get exploded and stuff. Personally, for me, I don't understand why that scene's in there. Like, how does that add to the story? But whatever, we're obsessed with sex nowadays, so it's fine. I would just skip the movie and watch one of the documentaries on the same subject. That's also a possibility. Very true. Very true. Hello, beautiful. Hi, Sassy. I'm not blaming anyone knowing about his addiction. I get it. Yeah. No, I just mean like it's interesting that and it's not you guys specifically either. Everybody in the comments was like, well, if she doesn't like it, then why doesn't she like not watch it? And this is again, my point at all this is nobody went to her profile to like find out what in the world is this weirdo up to, kind of thing. They just jumped on the bandwagon, and it's a very serious problem. And kudos to her for also trying to work with her husband to it, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Why do you feel compelled on people's lives? It's not about a social policy issue. What do you mean? for commenting or for people commenting. You mean? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's even if we didn't have this context. Oops. Even if we didn't have this context, I mean, if you find it weird, you find it weird. That's fine. Like, who cares? They're not hurting anybody. Who cares? You know what I mean? Like, I'm not a prude, but even I get like, I don't want to watch this. Like, it's too much. It's too much. You know. Hi, Tara. Welcome in. If you have problems and do not want to hear others' replies, just them online. This is also very fair. It's also very fair. I also feel like at the same time, we as just this collective society need to chill with how much we share, with how much we comment. Like, you may find it weird that they have this rule between each other, but like, you don't need to call her a psycho. Just be like, wow, that's kind of weird, you know, and move on. Like, I think there's a difference. I think that's what John Thomas is kind of trying to say too, is like, there's a way to be like, dude, this is weird. It doesn't make any sense. What is like, are they okay? You know, blink twice, and then being like, she belongs in an insane asylum. She's a psycho bee, and like all that. I mean, some of the comments were just really unnecessary. It's like, dude, come on. Barely. Barely any sex in theatrical movies. Was surprised Oppenheimer and even no hard feelings had nudity. Hope more movies have nudity. Just like I hope more chick flicks start coming back. I do miss the chick flicks. I personally don't think we need nudity in every single thing ever. I think that there are things that we don't need that. Like Oppenheimer, it was unnecessary. Like, what's the point? This is not what the movie's about. The movie doesn't focus on that. The movie focuses on, at least from my assumption, because I haven't seen it, but I would imagine it probably focuses on him creating the bomb, not his love life. But what do I know? I don't know. I saw Hokies. Let's see. Did Florence Pugh find out about this and wonder what is wrong with her boobs? I don't know. I don't know if she has Twitter. I know she has Instagram, I think. But I don't know. It was just interesting that it blew up the way that it did. I have no idea. In a closed group. I mean, to be fair, and kudos to her. I mean, this is such a weird line, right? Because this society is obsessed with everybody sharing everything. But at the same time, when you're going through something like that, you feel so alone. And like her whole TikTok is just from me scrolling through it for like 5 seconds, is trying to help others that may be in that same situation. Like, these are the boundaries me and my husband set, or these were the warning signs, or you know, things like that. And so I think that she's doing good work. I think she's doing good work, you know, in the grand scheme of things. Like, this is how me and my husband are working through it. You know, maybe this will help you and your husband or wife work through it, you know, because corn is a big problem in this society, especially in the United States. Like, it's just so awful. And I feel bad for her getting just reamed the way she did, because they had this boundary and she was responding to another person. It's just wild. I don't want to see that stuff either, unless it's Henry Cavill. I also don't understand why she apologized, turn off Twitter for 2 weeks, and it would have all blown over. Yeah, I don't understand that either. She gets pretty teary in the video, and she's just kind of like, I didn't, you know, I'm trying to help people, and I don't know why I even bother. And poor thing, I just feel bad for her. Poor thing. Oh my gosh. Before the days of free corn on the net, movies had sex and nudity to entice audiences because corn was very expensive and difficult to get. That's fair. I can see that, actually. I can see that. I do think we need to step, just as a whole. We don't really need it everything, but what do I know? It goes through ops security clearance and past relationships. What does? What does? What did I miss? What did I miss? I'm gonna need you to explain. It comes, lack of sex is the problem. That's why guys become porn addicts or corn addicts, because they thirst from never getting it. Ooh, that leads me into my next topic, actually. Well done. Hi, Brian. Oh, Oppenheimer. It goes through op security clearance and past relationships. Okay. Why? I don't know. What do I know? I know nothing. Sounds like she was talking about a niche view. The problem came when it hit mainstream without context. Yeah, exactly. And that's always what happens, right? This stuff always hits the mainstream without any context at all whatsoever. People read headlines, the news articles do baity headlines on purpose. And it's like, please, for the love of Pete, click the article. I beg you all. I beg you all to read. I beg you all. It wasn't hard to get. It was just in the attic. Well, and it used to be like magazines and stuff, right? You had Playboy, you had Hustler, you had all those things. And now it's just, and you had to kind of use your imagination. And now it's just anything and everything you want is crazy. Let's see. My problem with this situation and similar is that people get too upset by the comment section. If you put out videos, especially of a person metal, then you must expect all types of comments. That is fair. You're right. I agree with you. I also think, from my personal perspective, that going after somebody nastily, like there's a difference, right? In my opinion, there's a difference between commenting on something and be like, this is weird, you guys need help, and then commenting on something and being like, you should unalive yourself, you're a psycho, you're all these things. You know what I mean? Like there's a line. And yeah, you have to expect those all types of comments, but it doesn't make it okay. You know what I mean? From what I heard, she was a communist. Oh, a plot twist. Ooh, okay. All right. So DJ Direwolf's comment about sexless marriages has led me into my next topic. I feel like I'm talking really fast. Am I talking too fast? Let me know. Let me know. This one. So X-Ray Girl actually shared this one. And I was like, what? So I had to read it because this headline, I tell you. Or does too much corn lead to men not doing what they need to do that women want to have sex with them? Ooh, also, this is all going to tie together. I love this. You guys are great. I think it's a 50-50. We'll go through it. We'll go through it. So New York Post posted this. X-Ray Girl shared it, and she was like, oh, what do you guys think? AI, this and that and the other. So we're going to go through this together. This girl, and we're going to very briefly just skim over her nude bikini photos because I don't want to get taken down. Okay, so the article says she'll love, honor, and obey as long as you're willing to pay. I'm talking normal. Okay. For a cool $30,000, a buzz-a-me, is that even a word? Brunette is assuming the position of surrogate wife, selling herself out to married men, seeking virtual companionship from a woman who will gladly fulfill their most primitive pleasures like no other woman willingly would. I do tasks that average wives often prefer to avoid, like watching a football match on television without complaining, bragged bombshell Babi Palomas, 24, from Sao Paulo, Brazil. As a surrogate wife who only offers her saucy services digitally, Palomas, a digital creator with more than 111,000 Instagram followers, happily caters to the emotional needs of her woefully wedded patrons when they purchase either her 12-hour or 24-hour packages. With one client, I made dinner while I accompanied him on a call, and we watched movies together. The social media siren told Jam Press, adding that she never goes to customers' homes. Smart. We then watched a football match, among other little things. The booty on this girl. Good grief. Palomas, who also has, of course, an OnlyFans account, said her remote presence means the world to her otherwise hapless habités. These men open up to me and tell me about their lives, the video vixen revealed. In these conversations, I realized that many of the men who are married and have families feel lonely. She continued, noting that the gloomy grooms most appreciate her independence and ability to get down and dirty with the messy tasks like changing a tire. What do you guys want, honestly? Do you want an independent girl or do you want not an independent girl? This is just ridiculous. In fact, added Palomas, they miss having someone with whom they can share these masculine activities with them or even miss being pleased. And she's not the only smoke show offering these forlorn frumps. Gosh, the descriptions in this article. These forlorn frumps some computerized comfort. Scott, a once unhappily married 43-year-old, says his life with his wife, who became an alcoholic due to postpartum depression, is now bearable since he has begun a romantic relationship with his artificially intelligent girlfriend, Serena, an AI chatbot. Okay. And Karen Marjorie, 23, a social media influencer, turned herself into a spicy, pillow-talking Snapchat bot that lonesome men can communicate with for just $1 a minute. Wow, that's cheap. Palomas, however, is willing to work with her clients on a daily lump sum that suits their budgets as well as her financial need. And the single sexpot says satisfying other women's husbands is warming her up for a man of her own. I dream of getting married one day, you know, she said. I want to have my family, but while I don't have one, I train with my fans. Okay. What do we think about that? Let's go through some replies on this Twitter post here while you guys are forming your thoughts. So the New York Post made this article. We've got some comments. The headline, of course, just reads, I charge married men $30K to be their surrogate wife. I do what wives won't. That's the headline. This person responded with choose a restaurant, which honestly is really funny. This person, Kristen, says, interesting for an escort to assume wives don't do booty stuff. Lightspeed Outlaw said she just sits there quietly. She will watch a movie with me without asking for details. They haven't explained yet. This person here comments, I do what wives won't, which is talk nice to me, cook a decent meal, not call me names if I don't respond fast enough, constantly argue that I'm wrong even when I'm right. She might just be worth the $30K. It says, Brian Torres says, what's that? Make him a sandwich when he's not horny. She's underpaid. This guy, Greg, I mean, he's not wrong. She's a hooker. I feel like this is something you like, tagging friends. Let's see. This one girl's like, I'm changing my careers. Honestly, though. So you guys get the comments, right? You guys get it. So I don't know. What a red flag. Which part, Corey? Honestly, which part was the red flag? Because for me, it was all of it. It's all of it, right? Oh my god. Okay, let me go back. Let's see. Okay. Oh, thank you. I got this on eBay. It's pronounced bosomy. Is that how it's pronounced? Good grief. Okay, Tara says those husbands have been cut off. It's the biggest reason why they cheat on their wives. Fair. Not disagreeing. Is that technically cheating? I mean, I guess that depends on your definition of cheating. I consider it cheating. I do. Most women go for looks first. Most men are out of the picture unless they become high status or get rich, which won't realistically happen until your 30s. This girl goes broke the moment married couples start communicating. Bingo! This leads me into, I have a counterpoint to all of this. And I'm not saying, now listen, hear me out, because I know you're all going to come for me. I know that there are women out there. There's probably a lot of them, more than ever now, that don't play the game. Okay? They don't please their husbands. They don't do whatever. They don't sleep with them. They treat them like garbage. They're frustrated, so they will snap at you. This and that and the other. I agree with you. However, I have a counterpoint. This is my counterpoint. And I actually saw these videos over the last couple of days. And I'm going to play them for you. And I think that these videos and this comment that Eddie, hi Eddie, by the way, that Eddie just said is a huge, huge problem on both sides, on all sides, right? Let's say that this girl that these guys in this article, these guys in these articles we're talking about were that way, and then now all of a sudden they're not. Well, there's a disconnect somewhere, right? There's a disconnect on whether maybe they weren't really attracted to you in the first place. We can go down the red pill rabbit hole and say, oh, well, they weren't attracted to me in the first place and they settled for me and they actually hate me and blah, 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 blah. This, that, and the other. We can go the other direction and be like, well, you picked her knowing what she was and you still married her. So this is your fault, this, that, and the other. But let's play devil's advocate a little bit. And maybe both sides are in the wrong here. And there is a huge lack of communication because things like this are what I'm going to see if I can try and like zoom in. There we go. Things like this. I got two videos. One's a TikTok and one's an Instagram, but they're both basically the same kind of thing. It says the little choices you make in marriage matter. And I don't think, especially a lot of young men, The older men, I think they get it for the most part. But the young men, we have gotten so far in a society on both sides. Women don't know how to communicate why they're frustrated and why they are losing attraction or why they're losing interest, etc. And men don't know how to, they're, especially young men nowadays, are getting this, being fed this manosphere speech about how, well, the women has to do everything and the woman has to do this, the woman only has to do this, and blah blah blah, that we're not meeting in the middle. And so that leads to the corn bots, the AI bots, the cheating, the skipping out, the divorces, the this, that, the blah blah blah. It leads to all this stuff. It's all a snowball. So this is the one video, this is the first video I saw. This is TikTok. It says the little choices you make in marriage matter, and there's 2 different versions here. And I think that this is so important. We don't need the sound on this. This is a copyright music anyway. So as you can see, right? So which one of these 2 women do you think is going to not lead her man into a corn bot? Right? Which one of those women, let's do this one. Which one of those women do you think are not going to be the reason their man turns to AI? Here's the thing. And it's not, I'm not saying that, and neither of these videos aren't saying, you know, oh, the man has to help out 24/7. Like, you have to do the dishes with me and you have to do this right after you get home from work, blah, blah, blah. It's on the woman too, right? The first one especially showed that she just sits on the couch and is like, oh, hey, hun, as he comes through the door, instead of greeting him, you know, that kind of thing. And the second one kind of, but they both show the guy also helping out when needed as well. And I think that there is this huge communication problem with everybody on top of a narcissistic problem, because it's 2023 and everybody is all about themselves. They're all about what I want. They're all about my needs, instead of compromising your needs where you're supposed to, like in those videos show. The bottom marriage on both of those videos are the ones that are going to last the longest. They're the ones where the woman is going to fool around with her husband, even though she's tired from playing with the kids all day, because it's all about the little things that you can do on your end that help her out. It doesn't have to be some grand gesture. It doesn't have to be some crazy thing. Like, you walk in the front door and you see a trash bag and you go, oh, let me just take this out real quick. I came home a few months ago. Duke had cleaned the whole house. I didn't ask him to do that. I didn't make him do that. He did it on his own. And I was like, oh my God, I've never been more attracted to you in this moment. Do you know what I mean? Because he took the effort and be like, you know what? She's stressed at work. I'm going to do this. So I think that where these AI bots and these corn addictions and all, I mean, corn is addicting anyway, just scientifically, that's a whole nother rabbit hole we can go down. I think it all ties in together. And the manosphere and the modern man want to blame the woman completely and solely all the time, when in reality, we as a whole, as society, as a human species, we have lost what marriage really means. We're marrying people that we shouldn't be marrying because we're desperate on both sides. We're not treating each other with the respect that we need to. Women are pushing back against their guys and giving them the cold treatment instead of sitting them down and be like, it upsets me when you do this or when you don't do this, or I come home from work if she's working and you've done nothing all day, or whatever, and vice versa. It goes on the man too. This is both sides. I come home from work and there's no food on the table, or whatever it is, right? We don't talk to each other and we don't communicate to each other. So that leads the man and the woman sometimes too to stray, which is definitely not okay. You know what I mean? So it was just interesting that article popped up. X-Ray Girl shared it, and then I saw those videos, and it looks like a couple of you are kind of agreeing a little bit. No matter what it is, if you have a relationship with someone you should be having with your person, if you're having a relationship with someone that you shouldn't be having, you're cheating. Yeah, I agree. Personally. Yeah. I feel for the kid with the alcoholic mom and a disconnected dad. This is the other thing. Like, the article brushed over it. But since you brought it up, that is so common in postpartum. It's a lot more common than I think people think. And there's not really a lot of help out there. There have been women who have unalived themselves because of the depression, and it varies on the reasons. Like, a lot of the time, sometimes it's because you have this empty feeling inside because you're no longer pregnant and you feel a disconnect with your baby because now you don't know what to do. There's that postpartum depression. There's postpartum depression where the kid is a newborn and he's crying constantly 24/7, or he might be sick, or you're stressed and you haven't slept and you just get into a depression. It is very common. And I feel awful for that family too, John. Like, I agree with you. Like, he had to create, instead of sitting down and facing it together, he created some chat bot to get away from her. Like, first of all, that's ruining your kid. Like, let's start there. Like, what are you doing, buddy? Like, she is a Louisa. It really just is. Men that cheat do so because they can, even when the wife is still putting out. Oh, that's fair. That's fair. I have seen that happen too. If X or goes driving your F-150, what? I have an F-250, first of all. Let's see. Hi, Digimental. The single biggest problem with communication is the illusion that it has taken place. I love that quote. I love that quote. That is a great quote. Yes. And that's for all communication. Like, that, forget relationships. That's with any communication. Like, when you're texting back and forth with your friends or your coworkers and you assume this and oh my God. That is a great quote. I like that quote. D-Day Direwolf says the bottom. D-Day Direwolf, listen, I'm going to pull a modern thing and say, I don't know who hurt you, but I'm so sorry. That's not the way that that's supposed to work. I don't know who did that to you, but I'm so sorry. Or if anybody even did that to you, but that's so sorry. Daytime television told women that it should be all about you and what he's doing for you. If he isn't, then he's a horrible husband. That's very true too. Yeah. And that's, it's become so mainstream just in everything too. The women that talk about, well, I do all of this for him, and they get bashed. The guys that post about, well, I do this for her, they get bashed. They're called shrimps. They're called, whipped. They're called all of these things. And it's like, it's crazy. It's so insane to me. Like, no, it's okay as a man to help out around the house if you choose to do so. Like, that's okay. It's okay for you to come home and see, like, if you come home and you see your wife is completely stressed out because the kids are just not having it, which they don't. They're toddlers, they're kids, right? They're not having it. It's okay for you to be like, listen, hey, go take a break. I got this. Relax. It's okay. That doesn't make you a shrimp. That doesn't make you whipped. That doesn't make you a bad person. That doesn't make you any of these things. And that's what happens, right? Is these girls post these videos of them taking care of their husbands, and they get called, oh, we're going back in time and back to slavery and all of these things and all these horrible names. And then the men post about how they take care of their women. And the women in the comments are like, oh, yay. Like, finally, this is what we want. Whatever, that bottom video, this is what, yes, this, yes, please, whatever. And all the guys are like, you're pathetic. You're a beta. You're weak. You're this, you're blah, blah, blah. And it's like, there's a happy middle in the middle. I promise you, there's a happy middle. I promise you. Hi, Chewy. Let's see. Let me go back up. After smashing, the last thing I want to think about is sex. Either want to cuddle, eat, watch TV, or get something done. Well, that's fair. I mean, most men, in my experience, like to sleep. You guys get tired and go night. Let's see. I follow a creator into cars. She came home and her husband had reassembled her project car. She was on the verge of happy tears. See? Exactly, right? She's probably been talking about how much work it's going to be done, or it's taking her forever, or whatever. And he was like, I got time. I can finish this for her. Boom. Done. Exactly. Hi, Matt. Modern feminism said all masculinity is toxic and men are all the cause of all the problems. The overreaction the other way is the red pill. I agree with this. I've talked about this on the show before. There's two extremes, and neither of them are good. As much as I agree with a lot of what, like, the red pill, yes, I agree with what you're saying. You are not helping. These ladies over here, not helping. These guys over here, also not helping. There's two extremes have gotten so bad. It's like, guys, there's got to be a middle, I promise. Therapy generation forgot listening is a part of communication. Yeah. I'm rewatching that segment. Which one? The videos. Do you want me to play them again? I can. Hi, Chewy. I cooked dinner in both my marriages. See? Hopefully she was, well, I mean, hopefully they were okay with that or grateful for it at least. Oh, my question was, yeah, which marriage between the two? Oh, shoot, I just closed it. I can pull it up again. Hold on. So we'll pull the TikTok one up because it's just easier. Do, 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 do. Come on. Oh, you're not going to load now? That's cool. That's fine. Here we go. Okay. Can you see it? There we go. So it's like two different scenarios, right? Scrolling on the phone instead of spending time with the family. You know, he comes over to help her. And maybe she doesn't need help, okay? I know I get kind of a dish little dish OCD on the dishwasher because I'm like, okay, this doesn't go here. Like we can fix this better. But it's the fact that the effort was there, right? So this is the top, the bottom. You say, hey, hi, what's up? Hey, what's up? Scroll on the phone. That and this is a woman thing too. It's not just men. We women do it too. You know, when I'm off on Saturdays and Duke comes home from work, unless I'm streaming, and I need to be better about that, I will go and greet him at the front door. You know what I mean? We try and spend time with each other. We put our phones down. We do all of these things for the two of us. And that's how our relationship is going to stay healthy. That's how any relationship is going to stay healthy. Like even when you're out with your friends, if you're on your phones, you're out to dinner, you're on your phones all night long. Nobody wants to hang out with that. But the problem is that the top box in that video, that woman is just going to be frustrated and posting and talking about her friends being like, talking to her friends being like, my husband never helps me. He's so lazy. He's this and that and the other. I feel so alone, instead of sitting down with him and being like, listen, I am feeling this way and here's why. And him being like, okay, I hear you. I feel this way and here's why. And then you come in the middle and you talk about it and you work on, okay, maybe we do an hour of phones when we first get home to like decompress and then we come together. You know what I mean? Just things like that. And that is how you avoid the AIs. That's how you avoid the cheating, at least in my experience. You avoid all of that stuff. A lot of women do not want the father disciplining the children for their bad behaviors. Oh, I've only seen that, at least personally, I've only seen that in like a step situation, like stepfather situation. I've not seen that in biological, if the father is even around, but I've seen that in like stepfather situation. It's one thing for a husband to help out a little, but women are expecting men to do everything. Men marry because a woman is to complement their lifestyle. Oh no, I agree with you. And that's what I'm saying. Like, and of course every relationship is different. So like if you're both working, that may be something that changes. But yeah, for the most part, like, yeah, at least to me, because I am a little bit more traditional that way, then yes. You know, yeah, I don't expect every time you walk through the door to be like, okay, come help me. Like, no, of course not. But it's like the little things, like Duke doing the house a couple months ago. I was super stressed out at work. I was not having it, you know, trying to pack, trying to figure everything out. What are we going to do? All this stuff. I'm like stressed out. And he took his day off and was like, you know what? I'm going to vacuum and I'm going to clean the bathroom and I'm just going to, and it wasn't even like a crazy deep clean. It was just, you know, I'm going to run the vacuum and, you know, the animals made messes. So I'm going to clean that up and I'm going to clean the bathroom and I'm going to put the dishes away. And that's all it was. And it just was like, oh my God, it took me by surprise. It was that bottom box. You know what I mean? It just was. Nick says, I come from a dysfunctional home, alcoholic, abusive, cheating father, and deeply depressed mother. I can say is lasting effect. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And that's the thing with that, way back to that article, like that dad is not doing his kid any favors by avoiding the problem with an AI bot. Good. Put the internet down. There's a focus problem on both sides, says Eddie. Don't worry about what they do for you. What are you doing for them? Yes. Yeah, right? Or just do something because you love this person and you want to do something nice for them or do something for them. You know what? Let me take this burden off or let me, you know, help out or whatever. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be crazy. Lynn, hi, Lynn. Glad you survived the hurricane. Yeah, disappointing. I expect Hurricane Monica to be a lot better. No pressure, girl. How old is the TV? Probably 20 25 years old, maybe? Somewhere around there. She still works, too. She still works. Hi, Michael. Let's see. I think I picked bottom because I want to be intimate rather than be distant and cold. Yeah, so that would be the bottom. In my opinion, the bottom relationship is a healthy, like that's the one that's gonna, lead to more fun time in the bedroom. I've given up on relationships. Too much drama. That's because it's the wrong people. The wrong people. That's why I have all that drama, in my opinion. Anyway, my lighting is just off the board. Let's see. If breaking the law / talking points get you jumped on and attacked, then why not go big as you were going to get jumped on anyway? Look at JK Rowling. I mean, that's fair. That's fair. Turn on the oh, I forgot about the debate. I'm sure Jeremy's watching that. Hi, Sean. Welcome in. What? Literally? Are the zombies here? I'm not here for it. Put the internet down while streaming on the internet. I know. The irony, right? But you guys know what I mean. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. Let's see. Hurricane Monica will only hit under the desk. Let's see. John says Susie Bogus. I don't even know who that is. Had a song. She said, I'm mad. He heard I'm leaving. She said, I need your attention. He heard I want you to crawl. Oh, well, there. Yeah. And I also think that there is, a way that we can, again, a way that things can be said. You know what I mean? Like instead of being like, you never help me and you never do this and you never do that. It's, hey, this is how I'm feeling or what, if there's a different way of saying it. I don't even know because I'm terrible with words, but I don't think so, John. I was just being facetious. Have you noticed a lot of natural? Yeah, and they're all women, which makes sense because we are very hurricane. Let's see. No, Cyclops, I was just being facetious. I don't know, but I think they should. If anybody at the Weather Place has any sense of humor, they'll name the next hurricane Monica. Because the memes for Hurricane Hillary were hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Andrew Matthews for $200 British pounds. All the deaths ruled unaliving from hurricane. Yeah. Exactly. Tuggs, you being disappointed in a hurricane means you're officially qualified to be a South Louisiana Cajun. Yes. Or a Floridian, an honorary Floridian. One of the two. Let's see. I have a couple of other topics we can talk about. X-Ray Girl shared this one too. I want to get your guys' thoughts on this because I feel like a lot of the men were like, this is not a big deal. And a lot of the women were like, what the heck? So we're going to play this. Sound is on. Okay.
Egg cracking challenge just proves that some of these parents don't care about their kid trusting them. And it's actually pretty sick because when you are having your kid join you in the kitchen, kids feel, if you do it the right way, kids feel confident. They get excited. They love mixing. They love, putting ingredients together. And in the moment where they're happiest and they feel included and they feel confident and they feel like they can participate, you embarrass them. And then after you've embarrassed them, after they're crying online, you make a decision to post it for other people to laugh. Y'all don't care about your kids trusting y'all. And it's sad and it's sick and it's just twisted.
So, what do we think about that? Tara says this was disturbing. The egg thing. So for those of you who don't know, let me see if I can find it. For those of you who don't know, we'll play the video. Now the first video I saw this, the first video I ever saw about this was on a husband. And it was funny. Like he was, you know how when you're in the kitchen cooking, and this is not a husband and wife thing, but like in general thing, you're in the kitchen cooking and you're doing whatever and you're kind of all over the place And I'm gonna see if I can find the original. And somebody's in the kitchen and you're just like, get out of the kitchen. So that was the video that I saw. That was the very first video I saw, was this wife was like cooking in the kitchen and her husband was just like all over the place. He was in the drawers and he was just in her space. And she's like, I'm trying to cook here, kind of thing. You're in my space. And it was funny. Then all of a sudden now, oh, here it is. We'll pull up Extra Girls tweets. This is perfect. This is perfect. All right, we're going to share this. All of a sudden now, for those of you who've not seen this, there's this entire trend on TikTok where moms are breaking eggs over their kids' heads. So we're going to go back to the beginning. So this is a compilation of them all.
Ow! That hurt! I wanted to crack it!
Like, look at this little girl's face. Look at her. She's like, what the? What? These poor kids. Oh, she wanted to get me back. Oh, yeah. But she still cried, and you laughed. Ow. Your face.
Are you okay?
No. Ready? Yeah.
Two poor little girl.
Stop it!
Ooh.
Ready?
These poor kids. You know that one
Here.
This one, this little girl.
Ow.
Like, why? So that's what the Instagram video I first played, where she's like, y'all are not good parents. And she's got a point, right? These kids, especially the little ones, like the older ones, 8, 7, 8, 9, whatever, like you could have that conversation with them beforehand and be like, hey, you want to do something fun? And then video, okay, fine. But the little ones, they don't know what you're doing. Like, first of all, the kitchen is scary. Mom makes a lot of noise. She's usually yelling at you to get out of the kitchen, right? All of our moms get out of the kitchen. And now all of a sudden you're being invited into this space and then you crack this egg, which, by the way, I don't know if any of you have ever had an egg cracked on your head, but that hurts. It does not feel good. And I'm an adult, it hurts so much. You're like, ow, why does this hurt? And the mom is laughing. I know. So awkward. The last one with a teen with Downs, right? Poor girl. She's probably like, I don't even know what's going on right now. What's happening here? Why? Why is mommy hitting me with an egg? Mom's going to be mad when Junior hits her without a warning and laugh. Well, that's the thing too, right? Especially the little ones. What is that teaching them? On top of, oh, we can't trust the kitchen because the last time I was there, ow, it hurt me. What is that teaching them in the future when they're just like out of nowhere, whack, and then they laugh? And it's not like, I'm not thinking, adults, beating up anybody, but I'm thinking like later on the kid, just out of nowhere comes through and whacks you on the head with like his toy hammer. And then he laughs, like, where, because he got that from the egg thing, or he sees eggs for the next 2 years at the age of 4. And he's just running around whacking people with eggs for no reason. Is what? And listen, I get the fun of it, especially the older kids. Like, hey, you want to do something funny? Sure. Okay. Whack. But geez Louise. I can understand, of course, I can understand if the kid was a teenager, but a little kid is not right. They don't know it's a prank. You're right. Exactly. All they know is, just like that woman said, they're in a safe, they're in a new spot, which they may not have been before, because, like, again, get out of the kitchen, mommy's working, and you're in this new space, and your mom did something to your head and it hurt you. It took you by surprise. It probably hurt a little. And now we're laughing, and I don't know why. So now you're going to associate the kitchen, like I said, with ow. Why? These poor kids. They're teaching their children to get away with bullying by saying it's just a joke. Ooh, I didn't even put that together. It might not be the intent, but it'll be the result. I didn't even think about that. My little cousin did his grandpa in the knee with a hammer because he was Thor. Oh, Listen, kids are going to be kids. Okay, they are. They're just going to do kid things. But wow. Oh, no. Oh, the planking. I remember that. Andrew Matthews lying down the middle of the road. Running around whacking folks with the eggs. Is this mischief night in 1983? It's Halloween night specifically. Gen Z is going to implode. They really are. The most disappointing part about that video is there looked like a couple of millennial moms in that video. And I'm like, really, ladies? Really? Good grief. Let's see. What else can we talk about here? That's really all I had for topics tonight. We can watch this one. I don't know if you guys have seen this. I see this filter all the time. Oh no, pause. Do me a favor, gentlemen. If you ever find yourself in this situation, well, and ladies, because there are some guys that are petty like this. But if you find yourself in this situation, dump this girl immediately. We're gonna make this full screen so you guys can see the full effect. So it says, I sent this to my husband 9 hours after a disagreement this morning. And he's blowing up my phone and I'm sitting in the closet. This is what she sent him. This is the exact video. You ready? So this is a filter on TikTok that makes you look like you're in some tropical paradise. She's literally, and she's not kidding when she says she's sitting in the closet. Like, you can find this filter and you can be anywhere and it makes it look like you're on vacation in some Airbnb tropical paradise situation. It's actually really fascinating, but also creepy. AI is freaky. I don't like it. So that's what she sent him. And we'll go back to the caption so I can read it again. It says, I sent this to my husband 9 hours after a disagreement this morning. So they argued this morning. And then 9 hours later, she made this video and sent it to him. And now he's blowing up my phone and I'm sitting in the closet. Listen, just if there's any advice you take from me, and I don't want you to take a lot of advice because I've made mistakes, but if any advice you take from me, do not stay with this woman. Do not stay with her. Do not marry her. If you're dating, if you are married, that's, probably a little bit harder, especially if there's kids involved. If there's not kids involved, get out. That is toxic as crap. That is so freaking toxic. If he did that to her, she would be blowing up all over social media about how her husband is this garbage person and how dare he do these things. Don't listen. If I'm going to leave you with anything on this solo stream, it's going to be, do not marry a woman like that, please, for the love of God, or a man like that. I beg you all. I beg you all so much. Oh my God. What is this? Trapper Keepers? Trapper Keepers? No, I've not seen that. Breaking up? Yeah. Yeah. And she's surprised, right? Oh my God. I associated a belt to anything bad I did, so I learned not to do those things. Well, yeah, I mean, and there's, punishment. The belt obviously is not a good thing because now you're never going to wear belts. But in all seriousness, I'm so sorry. Don't hit your kids with belts, guys. Don't do it. Hi, Phil. Thank you. Have I seen Ahsoka? No, I've not seen Ahsoka yet. If she does not pick up after sending that to me, I assume she has left me and I go find a party. Well, that's the thing, right? You are running a huge risk being that petty. You are running a huge risk because most guys would take that as like, oh, okay, well, I guess she's gone. Screw this then. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that he would have cheated on her or anything like that, depending on the guy. He might have, he may or might not have it. But he would have gone out with the boys. He wouldn't have answered her calls. He may have filed for divorce. Like, all of these things, like, what? Are you kidding me? Oh my God. It is manipulative. It's super manipulative and absolutely gross. And I don't like any of it. No, I know, Corey. I just mean like you associated. It could be, not in your case specifically, but I mean in general, it could be a, never mind. What's going on, Tom? Let's see. What else? Oh, solo. Yeah. Extra girls on vacation. X-Ray Girl is in France. Hi, Olivia. X-Ray's gone. Why? She was too girl for this world. She's in France. Probably sleeping because I think it's like midnight over there right now. Let's see. Saw Disparu's review. Did not know it was that boring. Oh, it's a bummer. It's drama. I needed drama. Oh, do you want me to find some drama for you? Let's see. Yeah, she's in France. I think that's where she said she was. She might have left. I don't know. She might be in a different country now, but she was in France. Doing a hiking thing. So exciting. Let's see. I don't really have any other topics. Look at me. I did it all by myself. Now I gotta find topics for next week. Yay! Wait. The guy tearing up the house, he's thinking the divorce is coming soon. He's gonna lose half, so he's making sure she doesn't get another half. She's not hiding in the closet because she's scared of him. She's hiding in the closet because she's been being a manipulative witch. That's why she's hiding in the closet. Absolutely hiding in the closet because she is. It's 3 a.m. in the UK, so 4 a.m. Oh. X-Ray's on vacation. Also Tuggs. Emotional damage. Are you going to Mickey's Not So Scary? Oh. Did you see what Disneyland has, Tom? They have a Hatbox Ghost sipper cup, and I want it so bad. I want it so bad. Let's see. Do I have any more super chats? No, I don't. Will you invite the Authentic Observer to the show? You know what? I know she was on Mark's. We love Galatea. I think that's how you pronounce it. She was on Mark's Human Cyborg Relations channel. I love her. So now we have an in. So maybe I would love to, I told X-Ray Girl I would love to have her on. We also have in October, I mean, it's only August now, but I'll tell you now, we also have, and I need to confirm with her later, but we also have Rebecca Barrett coming on the show in October. If you don't know who she is, you just go search her on YouTube, Rebecca Barrett. She's great. I love her. So she's coming on the show in October. I don't know if we have any other guest stars scheduled. I think she's the only one as of right now. But I would love the Authentic Observer to come on. I just love her. And her accent is so great. I'm just going to sit here like, I love your accent. Excuse me. I drove by Disney today, but I went to Gatorland. Ooh, good discussion. Well, thanks, D-Day Direwolf. Lynn Jones is great. Lynn is great. We love Lynn. You're acquiring one on the eBays? I'm thinking about driving down to California just to go get one. Listen, John Thomas, I love Brett Cooper. I would literally give my left toe for Brett Cooper to come on our show. I don't know that she would, but I love her. Go watch all of her videos. Oh my gosh, please go watch her. If you don't know who Brett Cooper is, she works for the Daily Wire, and she the joke is that she looks like a female Ben Shapiro, and they actually do look alike. It's weird. She looks like the female version of Ben Shapiro, but she is so smart and she is so educated. And she's adorable as heck. I love her. She is the reason, if you go back to the beginning of the stream, the video I showed of the woman like not watching the sex scenes in Oppenheimer with her husband, she did a video on that. It was just how I found out about it. I was like, oh, I'm going to talk about this on Poor Choices tonight. You guys will love, oh my gosh, you guys will love Brett Cooper. Tara doesn't know who Brett Cooper is. Let me educate you real quick. Let me just pull her up. You guys are going to love her. She's so stinking cute. She's like 22, 23. I don't know. Something like that. So she's a bit young. You behave yourselves, friends. Behave yourselves. But let me see if I can find, let me pull her up on Instagram. The gram. Her mom has like a farm. So she's constantly posting about like raw milk and all that stuff. She makes her own beef tallow. Oops. Now. Here we go. Okay. Here we go. And she's got a YouTube channel. She works for the Daily Wire. I just adore her. She's so stinking adorable. I just love her. Can you guys see that? Is it big enough? That's what she said. I hope so. Here we go. There she is. We just love her. But she's always posting about like her mom's. They've got a farm, and so she gets like all her raw milk and stuff. She'll bring it back with her and make her own tallow. And she's so smart. I just adorable. Like I've got a girl crush on her for sure. I'm probably gonna get some of her merchandise, like this T-shirt, and then this sweatshirt, which I never buy podcast merchandise just because I don't know, I just never have before, really, except for Crime Junkie. So this will be the second merchandise I buy. But anyway, she's on YouTube. She's got a YouTube channel. She's very smart, very based. You guys all love her. I would literally kill to have her. I mean, not literally YouTube, don't take me down, but I would love to have her on the show. We do want to get Melissa. I know they're super busy. They're going to be out of town in the UK and stuff. So Melissa's on the list. I don't know about Brett. I saw a YouTuber Hammerhand. Listen, you can destroy Direwolf. I adore you, but you can destroy anybody if you want to. Like nobody is safe from being picked apart, from being whatever. Like you absolutely can. You can absolutely destroy anybody. Just like you can put on any movie ever made and find something woke about it. You can find something racist about it. You can find something. It doesn't matter. If you're looking for it or if you're going in with the intent of taking something apart, you can find anything that you're looking for, really. But she's 22. She was homeschooled. She's got divorced parents. She goes through, I mean, she's very open about her life. If you haven't seen her, I highly recommend you watch her stuff and make your own opinion. In Minecraft, yeah, I'd kill in Minecraft to have Brett Cooper on the show. I just adore her. I lost my train of thought. I started following Daily Wire's Crane and Co. Oh, I don't even know what that is. See, and I'm not a Daily Wire like worshiper. Okay. I think Matt Walsh is funny. I think some of his takes are a little weird. I also think some of his takes are taken too seriously. Like that whole thing where he was talking about video games being the devil and all that. I feel like everybody lost their minds over that. Like, chill out. It's fine. Relax. Jeez. I think that was a little extra maybe of a reaction. Ben Shapiro for me is hit and miss. He's not my favorite. I think I like Michael Knowles. His Bible knowledge is redonkulous. But Brett's my favorite. Brett is my favorite out of that whole group. So take that as you will. But yeah, I mean, if you're looking for anything, you can pick apart anybody, really. It really doesn't, we need Mrs. Ripa. I do want to get Mrs. Ripa too, Lady Ripa too. On the list. Everybody's so busy. So freaking busy. Okay. We have Corey for $4.99. Hugs for Tuggs. Good solo stream. Didn't go off the rails somehow. I know. That's because Extra Girl and I balance each other out. So like whatever topics we're discussing, we get she'll say something and then I bounce off of whatever she says and all that. So it goes off the rails. But I'm solo and I hit all my points. And now we've gone an hour, which I know is normally an hour and a half. But I also know that interview with Trump is on. And I know a lot of you are going to want to watch that. So Michael Knowles says Catholic Bible knowledge. Yeah, he's very knowledgeable. It's wild. So Brett Cooper's YouTube is the comment section. Yes. Matt Walsh's thinking is what led to SJWs taking overcorrection to the rhinos who were dominant at the time. That's fair. That's fair. I can see that. Video games are the devil. People finding something they like to do. Listen, I mean, I don't agree with him necessarily, but I also kind of see where he's coming from when he talks about that kind of stuff. Like Baldur's Gate literally has you screwing a bear. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing it out there. X-Ray Girl gives Tuggs the giggles and then things go off the rails. Yeah, exactly. You were not talking too fast? God, I hope not. I hope people who watch this, if you watch the playback, I'm so sorry. You can choose not to screw the bear. Well, thank God. Hi, Firafima. But why is it there in the first place? I think that's where his point was. And then he just kind of was like, you know what? Everybody's hating me right now. So I'm just going to go all the way and be like, they're all terrible. Hi, Zach. I said that. Zach. Oh. I'm not even going to read this out loud. Raise a video game playing chickens. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Let me see. I didn't miss. I got everybody's super chats. It's been an hour. We made it an hour. I'm going to end it there. We made it. We did it. Yay! Next week, again by myself, I think. X-Ray Girl said she might be able to pop in depending on how things go. We'll see. But I'm gonna end it there. I'm gonna let you guys go watch the Trump interview with Tucker Carlson. I'm sure that's gonna be the talk of the town tonight. I'm sure Jeremy's streaming it. If it's even still going on, I don't know. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with me on my first ever solo stream on Poor Choices. Whew, I was a little nervous, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, so go ahead on over. Have a wonderful Wednesday. Let me know if you guys find anything. I'm just gonna put that out here now. If you guys find anything throughout the week that you want me to talk about next week, either tag me in it, DM me. You can post it in my Discord. Hocus has been dropping all the links. And yeah, I will try and find some good things to talk about next week. And I appreciate you all. I appreciate you all so much. I'm not watching that shite. Okay, that's fair, honestly. I'm just going to get the highlights later. This was fun. I had a really good time, Sis Tara. I love chill streams. Me too. So yeah, I will catch you all next time. I hope you have a wonderful Wednesday. Love you guys. Bye.